Kim, what is our second main topic today?
All right. Daniel Head says, hey, John and friends, I've been watching you, John, since the For Your Consideration days.
That's going back.
I hear Tom Holland has been cast as Fred Astaire in a biopic, which is perfect casting to me since he has a huge dance background with starring in Billy Elliot on the West End stage. P.S. Jon Schnepp lives forever, and my love from where I'm from, UK Birmingham.
Oh, thanks a lot for saying that in, man. And yeah, of course, look, obviously Spider-Man has been a big topic of conversation lately, and our current Spider-Man is Tom Holland. Tom Holland is a terrific performer. He's not just great as Spider-Man, he's just a really great overall performer. Now, he's appeared in a couple of really not so good movies lately. But even in the movies, this is how you can tell an actor's really got the gift. When they're in a bad movie and yet you can still tell that's a pretty darn good actor. Mm-hmm. And whether you're looking at movies like Cherry, which I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't think was very good. You look at that one he did with Daisy Ridley about, the world where everybody can see. I can't even remember the name of the damn thing.
Chaos Walking.
Chaos Walking. Thank you, Ray. Yep. Always count on Ray to know what I don't want to know. Chaos Walking. Not a very good movie at all. But again, you could tell this dude knows how to act. And listen, he's one of the reasons why I'm actually quite excited. I know a lot of people are being unfairly pessimistic. Uncharted doesn't have whatever. I think he's going to be really good in Uncharted. I'll tell you straight up. I think he's going to be really good in Uncharted. So I think he's a good performer. And it's challenging to do roles as well in biopics. And now we found out he's taken on a pretty interesting role. He's going to be playing Fred Astaire in an upcoming biopic. This comes to us from the folks over at Variety who write the following. I love seeing Ned in the background there, Jacob Bartolo in the background. Spider-Man star Tom Holland is swapping his web shooters for dancing shoes. The 25-year-old officially confirmed on Sunday that he'll portray legendary actor, dancer, and singer Fred Astaire in an upcoming biopic for Sony. In a recent profile for GQ, Oscar-nominated producer Amy Pascal teased that she wanted Holland for the part of Astaire in the forthcoming movie, and then Tom Holland himself confirmed that he is indeed going to be in this. Now, this is obviously challenging for a couple of reasons. Number one, it is not the easiest thing to just walk in and play a real-life character in a biopic. Like, there's a reason why Jamie Foxx, they gave him an Academy Award for doing such a great job in Charles, right?
Right.
There's a reason why I think I believe Joaquin Phoenix got nominated for Best Actor in Walk the Line. Yeah. I believe he got nominated for that. Rami Malek won the Academy Award.
So good.
Right? For doing Mercury. It's a tough thing to do. So when you do it well, it really makes you stand out. So that's number one. The other challenging thing is it's Fred Astaire. You talk about it. Look, you don't even have to be very old to know. You can be a teenager and know. What's the name that comes to mind when you think Hollywood dancing? Fred Astaire. That's even if you've never seen a single Fred Astaire thing, you know the name Fred Astaire. So having him do something like this, I think is very, very interesting to me. But I don't know if you guys knew this. Not everybody does. Tom Holland is a hell of a dancer. You go all the way back to his childhood and some of his earlier roles. Kim, you and I were talking about that before the show. But still not everybody has seen this. If you want to know how good of a dancer that Tom Holland is, there was a lip sync battle. Did you guys see this?
Under my umbrella.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. There was a lip sync battle. You guys can go and look it up on YouTube. There was a lip sync battle between Tom Holland and Zendaya. And it was all there was choreography with it too. And for whatever reason, Tom Holland chose the Rihanna song Umbrella. Under my umbrella, Ella, right? He decided to do that one. It's like, okay.
And he looked fabulous.
He was so good. He was so good in that. I just couldn't believe it. Like, I remember about him as a kid, but I didn't know he could still pull off moves like that. He looked absolutely fantastic. So the moment I hear that Tom Holland's going to play Fred Astaire, I'm like, oh, wait, that's bloody brilliant. That totally fits. Right? And I'll tell you what else is really good about this. The other thing that's really, really cool about this is the fact that Tom Holland is picking roles. Like, whether I didn't like Chaos Walking all that much, and I didn't like Cherry all that much, and whatever, fact of the matter is, Tom Holland is making some really great, specific, strategic role choices to make sure he does not get pigeonholed as just, he can only do superhero movies. Oh, he's doing Uncharted. He can only do action kind of roles. He's doing a lot of diverse, different kinds of roles, and him playing Fred Astaire, this might be the movie that would make people take him very seriously, not just as Spider-Man, but as an actor in general. So I think this is a really good choice. Kim, you heard about this. What do you think about him playing this role? How are you feeling about it?
Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. And he can't just like, oh, he's a good dancer. He can get it. There is this video of him and Zendaya, and they're like at somebody's house, and they're doing this like hip hop dancing or whatever. And I was like, oh, he's like good. He used to like, I think he used to break dance on the street. Like he was one of those kids that had like the cardboard and just like on the street break dancing. And so I'm excited. The only thing I'm a little hesitant about, and I don't think it'll affect his performance, but I find it interesting that Fred Astaire didn't want his story told in a biopic, which is kind of interesting to me, that they're doing it anyway. Yeah, he's actually been quoted as saying, I do not want someone to misinterpret my life, and I would just rather not have a biopic done about me. I think that's a bit interesting because you really want to honor that person and not just honor their legacy and their essence, but also their wishes. I mean, it makes me think about respect and how Aretha Franklin chose Jennifer Hudson. You know, not only do I want a studio to do it, but I want you to do it. And I just think the energy's a little weird. So hopefully they can overcome that. I think he's going to be fantastic. He looks like him. When you look at that side by side. Oh, yeah. It's like, okay, you're not going to have to do a whole lot there, and it's interesting. But yeah, I'm excited.
I'm going to say something maybe a little controversial. I don't think you should have a say about whether or not there's a biopic done about you.
Really?
Look, you are part of the Hollywood story. Look, when you are somebody like Fred Astaire or any of these celebrities, where you got given the wealth and the fame and all that kind of stuff because you are a part of the Hollywood story, the Hollywood story needs to be told. And I personally don't think, look, you don't get to pick and choose. I want the money and the fame and the success and the glory that comes with it, but I don't want then my story to be able to be told.
But it's who's telling your story and what part of your story.
But I don't think you should get to choose that either.
Really?
Yeah, because if you get to just straight up choose who tells your story, then you're running the risk of having a not so accurate story told. You're going to tell the best parts of the story. You're going to tell the story that makes you look good. You're going to do, and no, I don't think that. I don't think people should get to now. It's different about when you get like Aretha Franklin getting to handpick who gets to play her. Mm-hmm. That's different. But I don't know. I feel a little bit weird, like when biopics are being done that, like say, when it's the people who most directly get to benefit from how they're portrayed in a movie, get to pick who's writing or whatever. I don't know. That feels a little bit weird to me. But I kind of feel like, look, I respect that Fred Astaire didn't really want a biopic done, but you should have thought of that before embracing the Hollywood life and embracing the success and enjoying all the stuff that came along with it, because you're part of the Hollywood story now. You're an iconic part of the Hollywood story.
Yeah, very iconic.
And I kind of feel like that is a part of the story that needs to be done and needs to be told. So I don't know. That's just kind of my take on it. I think there's a lot of different ways of looking at it. At any rate, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this, about Tom Holland playing Fred Astaire? I think this is great because I think he's going to do fantastic in the role, but I also think it's fantastic for Tom Holland and his career to keep doing roles like this. He keeps showing he's being very, very smart with his career. Anyway, guys, how do you feel about it? Jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts.